Hey guys, it's your girl, Really Bitch. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button. And let's dig into this Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I feel like this episode was a lot of filler, but we're going to go through it because I got a couple of things that I want to say. Um, we start off the episode where we left off last week, where we have Tierra meeting with Tommy. Now, if you don't remember, Tierra was on the when Tommy was introduced on Love and Hip Hop the same time as Tierra was, and they were introduced as love interest of Scrap. Like, there was like a whole storyline was brought in with them. But anyway, they spent the whole damn season fighting each other over this dude named Scrap, who's in jail now. So Tierra asked to meet up with Tommy to basically say, look, and they have a baby together, Scrap and Tierra. And she met up with Tommy to basically say, look, Scrap get ready to get home from jail soon, and I'm coming to you woman to woman because me and him are talking about trying to make things work, and I just want to make sure that everything with y'all is dead, is done. I don't want no more love triangle. I don't want no more bullshit. And if he on some bullshit, I want to know now before I let him back in. Respect. I respect that move 120%. And there was no arguing. They ain't get the yelling. Respect to Tommy because you kept your cool. Tommy was even like, I like the role of the girl that got away. Like, you good. That's all you, boo. I don't want no parts of it. She was like, Dad, he about to get out and he didn't even call me. But I really think that Tommy's in a different place. Like, there were rumors that storyline wasn't real when it happened. But again, for the sake of the conversation, it was real. So I respect that move. And, big ups to Tierra. Then we go to Rashida with a trainer. Last week's episode, Kirk was saying that he had set up this deal with Rashida to do an exercise video. So Rashida was like, all right, cool. If he got me doing an exercise video, then I need to make sure my body's tight. Like, I got to sell it. So she has this new trainer, a nice little eye candy. She take Carly with her. And you know how that going. Carly like, look, you might want to dip your toes in the pond a little bit. Like, if you ain't going to get back with Kirk, or at least you're going to keep Kirk out in the cold for a while, ain't no reason why you can't play. Y'all know how Cardi is with her thotty ass. But of course, Rashida Halo ass was like, nope, not doing it. I'm working this, I'm trying to figure things out. And while I'm trying to figure things out, I ain't trying to complicate it with no shit. But, I can look. And she was saying how she does miss having Kirk handyman around the store and doing things like changing light bulbs and, things of that nature. So, of course, Carly, messy ass, going to tell the trainer. And the trainer pops up at the store. That's later on in the episode. But the trainer pops up at the store with his damn tool belt ready to be Mr. Handyman. So, anyway. Then we see Don. Now, let me say this, y'all. I don't look at Married to Medicine. So, I don't really know a whole lot about it or the storylines. But what I do know is Dr. Jackie the only fucking OBGYN in Atlanta? Because I swear on every reality show that is set in Atlanta, if anybody got any lady issues, they are in Dr. Jackie's office. And she seemed cool as hell. She seemed like she's a good doctor, very attentive, all of that. This ain't no shade at her at all, but I'm just like, damn, is she the only OBGYN? The fuck? Anyway. Because this ain't even the same network. Like, those are totally different shows. But still, everybody go to Dr. Jackie. Ain't mad at you, boo. Ain't mad at you. Get your coin. Get your bag. But Dom had her ultrasound, and she, of course, keeps going back to this thing about her mom. And she explained that they had a fight after the reunion because she said some things in the reunion that her mother didn't like. And one of the things that the clip they show is that, Dom was saying how her mom sent her to juvie. And so her mother felt like Don was telling some things that they need to be told. Y'all know how people do. And like, that's family business. You don't put the family business out there. Sean is out, trying to get on a team, trying to make a living. He still wants to, this what I love, y'all. This why I love Dime and Sean's storyline. So they're planning their destination wedding, right? That Sean is in the process of trying out for NBA teams. He's been in the league, he played overseas. He knows his career sort of winding down, but I think he's trying to, juice out them last couple of years. Number one, to, secure the nest egg for the family, but not really ready to let that go. Not really ready to let that career go. But what's funny is they planning their destination wedding, right? But they're planning it around the NBA season. So why they planning it? They planned the wedding for All-Star Weekend. Because I guess they know his ass ain't going to be an All-Star. I was like, low-key shade on yourself? But it was funny to me. Then Tommy meets up with Tammy and Jock. And to tell them, that Scrap's coming home. And, Tammy, it's good to see Tammy. She's not a full-time character on the show this year. Shouldn't say character, but, personality on the show this year. But it was good to see her. I like Tammy. I like how she carries herself. And they're basically talking, and they had a good, just a good little kiki, good little conversation. And Tommy was saying, surprisingly, these are two people that I've really developed a genuine friendship with. And, she's just telling them about being in the studio, and she's going to go in the studio with Spice and, stuff like that. Like I said, seemed like it was a lot of filler scenes this episode. There's only two really major things that went on this episode. Y'all know how that go. Then we go to another scene where Stevie J has called everybody together. And the first person they show is Jock. And I'm like, is Jock he just everybody's friend? That's his role on the show. Like Sheree's role is the Bone Collector or Love and Hip Hop. I mean, on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Jock is the everybody friend character. Because he know everybody. He friends with everybody. He in all the scenes. He don't have no storyline right now, but he in everybody else's scene. Anyway, but I ain't mad at you again. That's you staying on the show. Get your check. I ain't mad at you, boo. So, Stevie invites everybody to the club. Why the club? I don't know. He could have very easily done this in his living room. I don't know. But he did. So, Kirk, Frost, Jock, and it was somebody there first. But then Mimi came in with her girlfriend, with Ty. And then Stevie's kids were there. And so Stevie goes on to let them know, I had to go to New York. I got to see about this case. The judge is trying to give me 4 months. So basically, I'm letting you know, if I don't see you, I don't see you type situation. Like if I don't come back, I'll see you in 4 months. And of course, he got to do it Stevie J style. Y'all know how that go. So Mimi's like, what? What the fuck is you talking about? And the rest of them are like, damn, and of course his kids break down and they're crying. That's why I said, why would you do that in a club? But whatever. But the kids break down crying, and everybody's dealing with it. And so they explain what happened, because we always laugh and joke about Stevie J and his child support issues or whatever. But what was explained was the mother of his two older kids had took him for child support back in the day, back when they were kids. Like, these kids are in college now, but back when they were infant kids. And Stevie's thing was, I was making a lot more money then than I am now, and I petitioned the court to get them to adjust it, and they won't adjust it. So he was saying at this point he owes over $1 million in back child support, but it's based off of what his income was when he was working with Bad Boy and making hits, and he was like the top producer. So I'm pretty sure that his income is a lot different. Why New York hasn't adjusted it or won't adjust it, I don't know. I'm sure there's a whole lot of minutia involved in that, but that's the way it was explained to us. So, and Mimi said this has been going on since even before she, was dating Stevie. And of course now he has more mouths to feed. He got more kids in the interim. So why it hasn't been adjusted, I don't know. But either way, that's the situation. So he gonna tell Mimi this way the shit get funny. He gonna tell Mimi, while I'm gone, I want you to manage as the leader. So Mimi was like, what? What? Manage what? And she was like, we tried this already. I don't know about this. He said, and I also want you to manage, I'm trying to get this other artist signed. Her name is Just Brittany. And she's actually coming she's on her way here now to meet you. I thought this was like a get together for you to tell your family and friends what's going on with your situation. Now you're trying to bring in the business piece. Okay, whatever. So that's the meeting that Just Brittany was talking about in the last episode when she was with Kelly and was like, will you go with me? So they show up, they meet Mimi and everything is cool. So Stevie goes on to explain basically, look, because Brittany was like, yeah, he sent the contract to my lawyer, but I ain't signed shit. Like, I know Stevie, I know he got some shit with him, but we did a song together, and I'm at this point, I'm content with just releasing a song and letting him get his producer's cut and moving on. Cause she's with Rick Ross. Like, I don't even understand why this is a conversation. You're signed to Rick Ross. Like, woo, 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 woo. So they get there and everything seems cool or whatever. They introduce each other. And Stevie's telling them what's going on. Well, if I'm a new artist, regardless of Stevie's reputation one way or the other, good, bad, or indifferent, and the person who's trying to sign me as a manager tells me, you know what, I might be getting ready to go to jail for 4 months. That's the end of that business conversation, because there are a lot of different reasons that I don't even think I need to tell y'all. But why would I sign as a new artist, as an unknown artist? Why would I sign with somebody who's getting ready to go to jail for whatever the reason is? Like, I mean, yeah, child support is not like a violent offense or anything, but still, why would I deal with somebody who has legal issues like that and get ready to go to jail? That would be the end of that conversation. And that's what Brittany said. Brittany was like, well, glad I didn't sign that contract. Like, it is what it is. So somehow Stevie moves the conversation into doing a showcase. And because, again, it gets caught up in the minutia, but he starts talking about having a showcase and wanting her to be at the showcase, and then he starts threatening her about the song that they made together. Well, if you don't sign with me, that song might not come out. Like, all this bullshit. And I'm like, Stevie, you are in no position to threaten any goddamn body. Like, first of all, I don't know enough about the record business to say what he can and can't do with that record, because he is the producer. But what I am going to say is, first of all, part of the reason why your ass is going to jail, is because you were back child support. You need to come out with as many songs and as much shit as you can to generate some money. How about that? At the very least, to pay your damn lawyer, even if you're not paying the child support. So, what the fuck is your problem? Like, if it's a hot record, put it out, make some money, keep it moving. Second of all, you know that Stevie is shiesty. So on top of the fact that he going to jail, it's already some shit with him, Brittany. Why you even entertaining this conversation? So now we're talking about a showcase. Brittany gonna say, only way I'll do it is if I'm the headliner. How you headlining a showcase for his artist, but you just got finished telling him you not gonna be one of his artists? To me, once again, why are we even having this conversation? There's no business to be had here. If you're not signing me, if I'm not trying to be with you as a manager, and you're telling me that that's your bit, that you want to have more of a relationship with me other than the song we already cut, then all I'm gonna do is get on the phone. I'm gonna say thank you, have a great evening. I'm gonna get on the phone with my lawyer and say, do what you need to do to get that song released. Call Rick Ross and be like, can you get your lawyer involved, because Stevie J is hijacking my song. Because he talking about something, I'll give it to threatening to give it to Mary J. Blige. And just Brittany was like, no disrespect to Mary J. Blige, but that's my record. I wrote it. So again, I don't know all the minutia when it comes to who wrote, who produced, and who got credit for what. But what I do know is lawyers can fix all of that. So you should have walked your happy ass right on out that club, got on the phone in the car, called up the lawyer and said, handle it. And that should have been the end of your conversation with Stevie J. But again, it's a TV show. It's for entertainment. So we got to keep this bullshit rolling. So, later on, hold on. Let me make sure I got everything. Because y'all know it's just some bullshit on the back end. Hold up. Let me make sure I got everything. I wrote in my notes, run, Mimi, run. Don't get involved in that bullshit. Run. Don't walk. Run. But she ain't going to do it. She going to get caught up in this bullshit. Again, we talking about Dom and her mom. Like, that whole thing comes up again. They show Dom again. She ends up telling Carly that she's pregnant. Talking about, Carly, don't tell nobody. It's still a secret. Everybody going to know before y'all get out that store good. They were doing stuff for the wedding, and Carly is one of her bridesmaids, and Sean shows up to surprise her, and it was really cute. They are like sometimes you can tell that storylines are just, they're not just storylines, that they really are real. And I just believe that the two of them are just so in love. I just see a different side of Dime, just a softer side of her. Like, I'm loving her look. She's got a glow. She just carries herself different. Her, you know what I mean? Even something as simple as her makeup and her hair. Like, she just looks different. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Even when she was explaining why she's not really around a lot, because she was like, with me being pregnant, I just don't need the drama. I don't need the bullshit. Like, I don't need to get caught up in nobody else's drama. I don't need to get excited and caught up. Damn sure don't need to get into no physical altercations. So she just said, I just kind of keep to myself. Respect. Respect. Then there's this conversation with Tommy and her brothers where they're basically talking about the photo shoot. They show her the pictures, and she like, yeah, I just gotta stay positive. I just gotta stay out of that. I just gotta stay out of that. I just gotta stay positive. The most exciting thing about that scene was the pig. They showed her little pot-bellied pig in the corner tearing up the carpet. That was about the most exciting part of that whole scene. It was so dry and so unnecessary. Then they showed Spice and Tommy in the studio talking, and Spice is like, I know Tommy's reputation, and I heard that she has a reputation for drinking, but as long as it doesn't affect our business, it is what it is. I'm not judging nobody. So they go to talk, and they're talking about their home life a little bit, and Spice is saying how she doesn't really speak to her brother because when her father died, she expected her brother to step up, and he didn't. She expected him to kind of be the father, the man of the house, and he didn't really step into the role the way she thought he should have. And so Tommy starts crying, and Spice is like, "You're crying. What's wrong?" And again, we get a glimpse into the real Tommy. Like, it's not the act, it's the Tommy. And she's like, being the oldest, sometimes it's a lot of burden put on you, and you don't understand when you're in that role. You don't understand how that affects you with everybody's expectation, everybody's needs being put on you. And so we know that Tommy and her mom have a complicated relationship, and we also know that Tommy has raised some of her siblings as, like raised them as her children. So it's interesting. So we sort of see that little bit of a glimpse. And then Tommy said, basically, she was like, and let me say this. Anytime you got to start a sentence with, I'm not an alcoholic, but you probably an alcoholic. So Tommy says, I'm not an alcoholic, but that's how I deal with the stress. And Spice tried to tell her, I don't really think that's how you should be dealing with it. Like, I don't think that's the best move. You know what I mean? I like Spice. Spice is like that level-headed, down-to-earth, I'm going to give it to you real, but I got some compassion in my heart, too. So far, I'm liking what I see in Spice. She about her business, and she really not about no bullshit. So that's pretty much all of the other little filler conversations and scenes. So back to the Stevie J bullshit. So Mimi sets up a meeting with Estelita, Erica Mena, Just Brittany, and Keely. Keely is acting as Just Brittany's manager at this point, to talk about this showcase, which out of all them people I just named, the only person that's even signed to Danger Zone is Estelita. So drop it in them comments and let me know. Am I not understanding what a showcase is? Like, if Stevie J is doing a showcase for his Danger Zone label, shouldn't it be artists that's signed to Danger Zone? And from what I understand, there is only one artist, which is Estelita, so it really should just be a performance. Again, drop it in the comments. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. So they, of course, you know what happens. They get to arguing over who gonna be the headliner. Estelita was like, I'm the first lady of Danger Zone, and I should be the headliner because it was a Danger Zone showcase. And I'm like, you're right. But on the flip side, out of the three of y'all, the only person that got a damn song is Just Brittany. Like, because the first thing Erica Mena talking about is I need some studio time. So Erica Mena and Estelita, y'all don't even have no damn music to showcase. At least Brittany got a song to put out, to perform. So I don't understand that whole situation. Again, it doesn't make sense to me. Brittany, I don't even know why you entertaining this bullshit. Estelita and Erica. Erica, you made it a point to say that you're not signed a danger zone. Like you said it, you made it a point. I'm glad I'm not signed. Well, if you're not signed a danger zone, again, why you worried about this damn showcase? Mimi, you should be focused on helping Estelita put together a solo performance, getting her some music, getting her in the studio. Then Estelita starts talking about some shit about, well, I speak Spanish and I sing to my people in Spanish. So just Brittany breaks out some Spanish and she starts talking in Spanish. Erica gonna tell her speak Spanish correctly. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Like, are you saying she's speaking proper Spanish instead of like the more right the more relaxed Spanish, like as a casual conversation type Spanish? But Spanish, I mean, like if she speaks Spanish, she speaks Spanish. Y'all just mad because y'all didn't think she knew how to speak Spanish. So when you threw that out there, you thought you was gonna get the upper hand, and she hit y'all with the hola español, and then y'all ain't know what to do with that shit. So then they start throwing the racial slurs. She called her a burrito. She called her Shanae. And of course it escalates from there. And then Erica Mena want to fight, talking, and then she gonna yell at the security guards talking about, you here because I employ you. The only reason why you here is because of the only reason why you got a job is because of me. Bitch. You shouldn't be proud of that. When I go out to eat with people, whether they friends or foes, we ain't got higher security. So you shouldn't be proud of the fact that people got higher security because your ass is around. That shit ain't cute. You too old for that shit. But just Brittany said something about her being a bad mama, and of course that's what threw Erica through the roof. Nobody better say nothing about I am a good mother. I think some will beg to differ, and probably your child. But okay, do what you do, boo. So that was the episode. It is what it is. Like I said, I feel like this was a week of fillers, just to set up for next week, which I guess next week is going to probably be, more explosive than what we seeing. We know that Dom and her mom are headed to some sort of. They wouldn't keep bringing it up if that wasn't coming. Something's going to go on with that. They wouldn't have introduced Scrap back into the storyline if something wasn't going to happen with that. So there's going to be something with Scrap. I don't know if he's getting out of jail or not, but something's going to happen with that. Kirk. Oh, and when, the handyman showed up at the store, and of course Kirk's daughter wasn't having it. So there's going to be something with that. She was letting Rashida know that, I know my dad screwed up, but I'm not really feeling you dating other people. I'm not really feeling this dude showing up with his tool belt. So they setting up some storylines. So we'll see what happens next week. Peace.